Ring, 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 ring.
Hi Rory, it's your agent. Just wondering how the visual novel's coming along.
Oh yeah, good actually. I'm just working on it now.
Well, you're supposed to have 3,000 words by now. Did you reach that?
Yeah, I almost.
Ooh, what are you writing?
Oh my god. Michelle Pfeiffer?
Yes, I broke into your home. I'm throwing a party, I hope that's okay.
Actually, no, it's not okay. I have so much work to do. This is really stressing me out. Oops. Michelle! Ring, 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 ring.
Hi Rory, it's me, your agent again. I just want to see the first chapter. That would actually be really useful so we can show it to the publishers. You know, get this ball rolling,
Oh. It may have been a while since my last video, but I have actually been working on my visual novel, Opona, and my agent is fictional and doesn't exist. So I've got some fun stuff to show you in this video. Here's a fun diagram to show you where we're at progress-wise and how finished things are. I hope I don't look back on this and laugh at how inaccurate it is, but this is a vague approximation of like the progress basically. People always say the last 1% of game development is the longest part, so I'm really looking forward to that part. As you can see, the sprites are looking quite good. So the main cast of the game is completely drawn. There's 23 characters overall, and I think that's enough. Oh yeah, here's some of the new characters. So you might have already seen Remy if you follow me on Instagram, because I posted a sketch of him like ages ago, and he's French. And then this is Philip, and Philip is also here. Wow! I've also finished drawing the background characters, so you can talk to them. They don't have much influence over the story, but they just add some life to the setting so it doesn't look too desolate and too much like a liminal space. Oh, I also finished Mia's battle sprites, and I'm really happy with them. Yeah, I still need to add like effects and stuff and figure out what the sound effects are going to be, but I really like how chunky and dynamic they look compared to the original one, which was more vaguely realistic. I started Noah's battle animations as well, but animating just takes so long. It's so slow and it takes so much time. I might have made some progress with that when this video comes out, but we'll see. Maybe I'll put them in the next video. Most of the backgrounds for Opona Garden have been drawn as well, so I think almost all the backgrounds are drawn. There's some new ones, like the car park outside the main entrance. Whoa, don't you want to hang out there and drink? And there's also like the practice room, like the dance studio, and the, what would you call that, like a common room kind of where people eat and hang out and just do normal stuff.
So they'd eat doves?
Oh yeah, you see doves, yeah. I mean, that's what it was for. And well, they got the eggs as well. They got the eggs. We've got the eggs. Well, doves and pigeons. So like you eat them in time of famine.
Also, I'm adding CGs into the game because there were scenes that I felt needed CGs to clarify what was going on. So basically a CG is, instead of using a sprite against a background, it's just a full screen static drawing that displays a beat of the story. Yeah. The main things that I've been working on for the last few months are story planning, writing dialogue, and coding the scenes into the game. So there was a week in June where I had to go home for a while to cat sit, and I brought the game with me on a USB stick. So I tried to write as much dialogue as I could in that week. And obviously I'd written a script for the game right at the start of the project that was quite detailed, but the second half of the script was more vague, especially in the later stages of the story where it would just say things like Noah meets Lotta next to the mural and then they have a discussion about dreams. Then they talk about Leela and her standing in the competition. Okay, great, now I need to write that. and figure out what the hell they're going to say, because I don't know. Also, because there's 23 characters, it felt like there was a few sections where they all come out one by one and introduce themselves to the main character, and they're like, hey, here's my whole deal, moving on. And that was actually quite weird to play, and I was getting pretty confused with the order of certain things, and honestly, I was just, in June, I was quite overwhelmed in general with the sheer amount of work left to do on the project. So I decided to basically plan the whole story out on a big spreadsheet, which I call the game map, and split it up into 19 parts so that I could tackle those parts individually, just like one at a time. And it made it so much easier to keep track of the characters and when you encounter them, and like the choices that you make with them and how it affects things. Like, it just made it way easier, because until then I was just I was just writing big blocks of text, and yeah, it was kind of difficult to keep it all in my head. So putting it into a spreadsheet, I've gotten into spreadsheets, I know that's really boring, but it helped. So the week that I was cat sitting kind of turned into like a weird writer's retreat in the countryside, where I was just writing and rewriting stuff in the second half of the game, and it felt really productive actually. Overall, I'm feeling much happier with the writing than I was a few months ago. I'm not primarily a writer, but I have some experience from writing comics and like animations and stuff, but not that much. Like, I'm definitely coming at this from like an art background, so the writing and the coding is the stuff that I honestly struggle with the most. And it feels quite good to make progress on that stuff now, because I've been putting it off. So yeah, the story it's slowly taken shape basically, and it's becoming much closer to the story that I was imagining in my head at the start of the project. Where I'm at right now is that the first half of the game is pretty playable, but the second half of the game is mostly just dialogue and choices with no visuals. So I still need to code in all the backgrounds and the character sprites and stuff talking, but it should be easier now that it's mostly drawn. Who knows, honestly though, I'm just saying that, but I don't know that for sure. So now the main goal that I have at the moment is to code the entire game so that it's in an unfinished yet playable state. And once that's done, I'll go over the whole game from start to finish and fix bugs and code in aesthetic details like the UI, customizing menus, adding sound and visual effects and stuff, so that it feels nicer to play and generally feels more finished and more polished. So that's kind of what I'm doing. That's what I'm gonna do. But what you want to do is not always what you're gonna do. But that's what I want to do next, is continuing to code sprites so that they match the dialogue. And it's so time consuming, seriously. I'll just be doing that for months, girl. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, and thanks to the people who gave me feedback and nice words of encouragement on like the previous videos, because that was really nice. But yeah, wish me luck, and I'll see you in the next devlog. Wahoo!